You got to be. Lovely. We're going to New York. Oh, yes, we are. I've not long come back from there. And I tell you what, I've followed this lady's life for years and years and years. Welcome, Jaci Stephen.
Yay! It's so lovely to talk to you, Chris. I've followed you for years as well, and I'm so excited to be on. I really am. And I've just been jigging along to the music. I think I've just done my neck in, actually. I was jigging along to that.
Love you.
But honestly, thank you so much for having me on. It's
thrilled
really
of it.
Huge pleasure.
Since we put it on social media, it says here, read Jaci, shared a train with her once to London. Lovely and very sexy. The butcher, Chris the butcher from Gowerton, right? Okay, is one. Another one, hang on now, here we go. This is good, this is. Can you understand my accent? Can you understand my accent?
I'm getting by slowly because I'm American now, obviously.
Yeah, and I'm not too gay for you, am I? No, that's okay, right? Okay. It says, I used to be Jaci Stephen's dental nurse when she lived in Bridgend. Many moons ago, Linda Roberts from Pontycummer.
Oh, my goodness. Was that the dentist who screwed up my veneers, or was it a different dentist?
I don't know, must be a different one. I know. I like Pontycummer. I went to Oxford.
I have several dentists.
I went to Oxford House in Pontycummer to get my suit, my frock for the palace, lovely, lovely. So tell us...
I actually ended up having a relationship with my London dentist.
Did you?
Yeah, I got cost price veneers as a result.
Oh, lovely. Oh, lovely. Oh, that's handy to know.
Yeah, but then it also ended very badly because he said to me this one night, he said, I'm falling for you in a big way. Oh. And then the next day he came out in a facial rash and ended it with me. Oh. So it wasn't really the best thing. So don't have an affair with your dentist.
Okay, fair enough.
That's what I
wouldn't have. Mine's a woman. Anyway, there you go.
Now, how are you coping in lockdown, Chris?
Well, I'm just doing it, I find the best thing for me is not to question it or argue with it, because you're not going to win. You've got to go through this, and the longer we go through it is another day closer to normality, and that's what I keep thinking. There's another day I've chalked off, but there now, that's okay, and that's how I'm doing it day by day, to be honest with you,
Yeah, well, the thing is, we have no control over it. So when you have no control over something in life, you sort of have to surrender to it, and... it's a cliche, but it is what it is. We have to go along with it.
What are you going to do over there? What's different there that's not here?
Well, we're in New York. We're at the epicenter of the epicenter. New York State is the worst of it, and in New York City, it's the very worst. We've had the highest number of deaths. So we've been very much in lockdown for 12 weeks now. Oh. We're not allowed to do anything. We can't go anywhere. You can have a takeaway drink or a takeaway meal. But when you go there now, they've said this week, the mayor said, you now cannot stand on the street drinking it. Well, my greatest pleasure this weekend was going along holding a plastic beaker of margarita and chatting to people 6 feet apart. I never thought that would be the highlight of my week. But now they're even stopping that. So it's just very difficult. But the way I look at it is, I'm healthy. I have a roof over my head. I have work. A lot of people have lost everything in this, and we have to just hold on to what we have.
Yeah, hang on to it. Jaci, loads of things I've been thinking of and dying to ask you. I mean, when did the bug start to travel and work abroad and do this, that and everything? When did that start for you? Because me and you, we're 2 years apart in age, so...
Yeah.
So when did it all start for you, thinking, right, I've got to go from here, I'm going to do this? And where was the first big break you did?
Well, I went to Paris when I was very young. I always felt that I belonged in France.
Yeah.
And when I first went to Paris, I enjoyed that. But the real bug, to be honest, started with a cruise I did for a press trip, going back, probably about 15 years. And an American woman I met on that said, travel while you've got your health. And that's what did it for me. I'd seen so many people suddenly struck down with illness and problems that made them unable to travel. And I thought, that's what I'm going to do. And I haven't travelled at all. I haven't flown for 11 years. And the first flight I took was after 9/11. Oh. And I just you couldn't keep me off a plane now. And I was thinking this morning that this is the longest I've been off a plane in decades. It's now I flew back from the UK on February the 21st. Yeah. And I think, so that's now 12, 13 weeks. I was going to ask Alexa, How many weeks is it since February the 21st?
Oh,
She's telling me.
yeah.
13 weeks ago.
13 weeks ago.
I looked nothing up now.
I
just
said
have
to
let
mine,
them.
I said, because she kept coming on without me asking for her, you know. And I was sat there watching telly, and she said, I don't know the answer to that. So I said to her, her name, shut up. And she said to me, I wouldn't speak to you like that. She said to me.
She didn't.
She did. She did, yeah.
She's getting very stroppy in her old age, and I don't like that. And also, I think she's becoming quite deaf. I'm going to trade her into an older model, I've decided.
Perhaps
Because
better.
she doesn't hear a word I'm saying these
How
days.
do you like living in New York?
Do you know, I love it. When I first came to the States, the travel thing with America sort of started very differently. I'll just go back to the Paris thing, because what was interesting with that, when 9/11 happened, I thought, if you had one regret in your life, what would it be? And mine was I'd never lived in Paris. And I went over the following week, and I got a place there, and I was there for 6.5 years.
Oh, yeah.
And then with America, I just lost my job. I was on one newspaper. I had 2 columns, and I'd lost the one job. And I had 3 months' money, and I thought, what shall I do? And I always wanted to do screenwriting. And I got on a plane and went Virgin upper class, stayed in a ridiculous expensive 5-star hotel in LA, flew a lot. And then I just fell in love with America. And I decided to come. It was the eve of my 50th birthday, and Obama was getting in. And I felt very proud that I would be part of a country that had its first black president. And I remember crying in London, thinking that's where I want to live. The last election, of course, I was crying, but for different reasons.
But I went to America.
Discussion.
I went to America, and we got on one of those yellow double-decker buses, you know? That there's a tour, and I got in it, and I was so jet-lagged and all the rest of it. And I was sat on the top, and I'd fall asleep, and I woke up, and I could see it, Radio City. Then I'd fall asleep again, and then I'd wake up, and I thought, Radio City. I kept seeing the same thing all the time. But,
it's a very short tour.
Yeah, I went to, where did I go? Portland, Oregon, New York.
Yeah.
But the only one thing I don't like about America, it's too far away from Spain. You know?
Well, it sort of is. I lived in
Spain
for a while, but I'm sort of off Spain at the moment. I lived there quite a while, and I accidentally ended up working for the mafia. So I don't have hugely happy memories.
Oh, well. So what's your project at the moment? Are we writing another book?
Sorry.
Are we writing another book?
Oh, yes. I mean, it's 30 years since my novel came out.
Yeah.
But the difficulty these days is that people want books only by celebrities, and I'm not a celebrity. But I've got several books waiting to go. And now maybe online I'll be able to get them off the shelf, you know, or off my computer.
Yeah. Thank goodness for FaceTime.
Pardon?
I said thank goodness for FaceTime. Isn't it handy now?
Who's one? And who's
FaceTime.
Andy?
Yeah. Thank goodness for social media to talk, because otherwise we'd be stumped, really, wouldn't we, you know?
Oh, I do that all the time. And, you know, when people keep comparing it to the war, it's not like the war being in lockdown, because they didn't have all of these things. The only thing that I'm finding, though, is that there are a lot of friendships being broken on things, you know, these social networking chat rooms and things. There was a very good article I read a couple of weeks ago, and it was saying that the problem with all of these things is that it's giving us a very false sense of who we are, and what we're saying is being interpreted in a different way, because the brain is doing a whole kind of does not compute thing. It doesn't understand the information that we're getting, because it's so different from everything we ever experienced.
Well, I'm looking forward to this book coming out. Definitely.
You'll be in it.
Thank you.
Did you enjoy New York, by the way, when you were here?
I did. I remember on the bus there was these young little kids with big sticks with drinks on it. You know, it was so hot. And they were buying, I was buying the drinks, and they were putting them on sticks on the top of the bus for me to drink the thing.
I think they were drugs. They weren't drinks.
No, not me. Not
I
me.
think you were
Teetotal. No, teetotal. Brilliant. But, Jaci, I keep following you, everything you're doing. Keep doing it. It's brilliant what you're doing. You're putting Wales on the map while you're doing it, which is always nice.
Oh, thank you. Well, there are a lot of great Welsh people here. I belong to the New York Welsh Society, which is great. and there's some really great people here. So we were just doing, we did all the St. David's Day events. We managed to get through those, and then the rugby was cancelled. But they're a great society here, and it's always nice to be in touch with people at home.
Brilliant. I remember my very first breakfast, Port Authority, yeah.
Oh, yes, that's very close to me.
Yeah, Port Authority. We went in there, and I never forget, I said to my better half, Gabriel, I said, I've got a breakfast here with bacon, this, that, and they put a strawberry on top of the bacon.
Oh, yeah, they're very keen on mixing their savoury and sweet here.
Yeah.
It's very bizarre. They've always done that in America. But quite frankly, they'll put anything into their mouths.
Yeah.
I've never
Do you know
seen
the Americans?
Nation.
They tickle me pink, they do, the Americans. There was one lady from Vermont, sadly passed on now. She used to come on, and I'm from a place called Cwmavon. You might have heard of it, you know, Cwmavon. You know the name?
Yeah.
And she said, honey, she said, when we come over, we're going to come and see you in Cwmavon. I like that. Cwmavon. Bring it up. And she said, we love
I can't pronounce anything.
And she said, we love your British food. Oh, I said, what's your favourite? She said, pasties. Worked that one out, right? But the best one was, I said, when you come over, you'll have to try faggots. She said, like Marge Simpson, like Marge Simpson's sister. She said, you eat faggots. She said. Oh,
yeah,
Jaci.
there are words that are too rude that I can't say on here, but they mean a very different thing in America from what they mean in Britain.
Hey, listen, we better go. Been fabulous talking to you. Love you to bits. Keep writing and
Are
keep
you going
on.
to play my favourite song?
Yes, it's on now. It's
Excellent.
on now for you.
Can you afterwards, is it on now at this very moment?
Well, no, as soon as we stop speaking, then it'll come on.
When we finish. Can you dedicate it to my brother Nigel and my sister-in-law Kim, because they're wonderful people and they're my rocks in all of this nightmare.
Oh, that's lovely. To Nigel and Kim, hey, it's been a pleasure. Jaci, keep well and keep in touch with us, will you?
It's gorgeous to talk to you.
Love you
really
loads.
it's so lovely to touch base. Thank you so much.
Thanks, love. Take care and use your
look
song.
after yourself.
Bye, honey.
safe.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Early this morning.
Come true. Ooh, someday I'll wish upon a star. Wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops. High above the chimney top, that's where you find me. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why, oh why can't I will see trees of green and red roses too. I'll watch them bloom just for me and you, and I think to myself, oh what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the brightness of day, the dark say good night, and I think to myself, oh what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, singing, how's it, how are you? They really sing, I love you. Well, I hear babies cry and I watch them go. They'll learn much more than we'll ever know. And I think to myself, oh, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, oh, what a wonderful world.
There we are. Choice tonight of the lovely Jaci Stephen in New York, where she does all her bits and bobs, and she's a genius. I love the woman. I've watched her for years. Great, bubbly woman. I love her. Fabulous. And that song dedicated to Nigel and to Kim as well for being her rock. That's good. Good to hear. Jaci, fabulous to hear you. Bubbly. You made me feel $1 million tonight. Oh, £1 million. Guineas, actually. There we are. Thank you, my flower. Hope to speak to you soon. Keep well and keep in touch. Keep listening to Radio Wales. Chris loves you. Mwah. Love it.